Now, apparently, there are four big investment banks that just submitted a report where they are focused on electric vehicle sales in China for the year 2025. And as seen on the screen, notice that these four big banks, as reported by Financial Times on the 26th, they are expecting EV sales or electric vehicle sales in China to increase or grow by 20% next year, which is something that is great because this means that on general they are expecting most of the companies or EV companies to grow in terms of sales by 20%, which is something that is great, and it gives and validates what Nio has been saying. I mean, you will know that Nio next year they are expecting to double their sales, or the kind of sales that they are going to generate this year, which is massive, which is bullish, because this year we know that Nio, or we're expecting Nio to sell not anything less than 220,000 deliveries, which therefore means next year Nio could easily sell 450,000 vehicles, which is great, which is amazing. And to know that these four big banks, apparently they've submitted reports showing that they're expecting an EV growth of 20% in China, it is just so great, because for our favorite stock, Nio, it appears that the growth that they are going to see next year, it will surpass the average growth that these big banks are expecting to see coming from China, which therefore just means one thing: the kind of growth that we'll be seeing on Nio is going to surpass or dwarf the growth that we'll see coming from other EV companies, which is great and makes Nio, or it makes sense why one would put more money onto Nio than any other EV company, because if other companies are expected to grow by 20%, but Nio on the other hand is expected to grow by 100%, it is just so great. The market, or the new energy vehicle market or electric vehicle market, continues to grow. I mean, the penetration rate, you will know that it is over 50%, which is something that obviously this shows us that right now in China what we are seeing is that there are more new energy vehicle sales that are made on a month to month, more than that of gas cars or engine cars, which is something that is super great. Now, apparently traditional vehicles or fuel vehicles are expected to fall by 10% next year to around or to less than 11 million units. This is a 30% drop from the 14.8 million units we saw back in 2022, which again, this just means one thing: the growth that we are seeing onto new energy vehicle cars, the growth that we are seeing into EV stocks like Nio, is going to continue, of course, outpacing the kind of growth that we see from gas cars. It means that those car companies that are still selling gas cars, if they still are not serious about starting with making EV cars, unfortunately they are going to be left behind. They are not going to do that well. They are not going to generate that much of revenues like what we are already seeing from some of the big brands like Mercedes, BMW, who came and had to adjust their revenue guidance for the full year because of the kind of competition they are facing in China, which is good news to EV stocks like Nio, because I will tell you, one of the companies that is bringing a lot of heat into these traditional other brands or premium brands, it has to be Nio. It has to be Nio with no question asked, because Nio, it is the company which is technology wise, it has it all, which is, when you look into the kind of infrastructure, after sales infrastructure, they have it all. And therefore it would make sense, or much more sense, to see companies like Nio continue doing very well. So yeah, man, I am happy, I am excited, man, about this, and I thought I'd give you this latest updates. Tell me what you think about this, man. I think blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. I know share price wise, Nio might not be where we want it to, but I tell you one thing, or I can tell you one thing, and that is blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. So tell me what you think about this, man. I think this is a good report. It confirms what Nio has been saying, to say that they are expecting to see more growth. I mean, argument's sake, even those companies that are going to grow by 20%, they are going to do very well. 20% is not an easy thing to get. As long as there's growth, I think investors would love that. But on our case, it's even more greater news, because Nio, for the 2025 year, they're expecting to obviously double sales, which is something that is great, something that is exciting, and it makes me want to load the boat onto Nio. There's a lot that we read about Nio today. There's a lot that we continue reading about Nio, and it just makes me want to load the boat. That's all I can say. I mean, yes, share price wise, I know we might be down 2% today as I'm doing this video, but long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. So I am happy, I am excited. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. That's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, because like I said, I always say, I give you latest content, latest developments around Nio, which is great. So yeah, man, do your own DD. That's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.